Hello watch fans, this is Anders here on Time and Crown channel. Today a review of a very interesting Chinese watch. So usually I say no like 99% of the time when Chinese watch companies they contact me, because most of the time I think the quality is too low or they're too much of homage watches. But this Chinese company, Baltany watches, they contacted me. I had a look at their website and I think they're doing something very interesting, and they are very clear and honest about being a Chinese watch company, making Chinese watches 100% from Chinese materials and with a Chinese movement. It comes in this nice travel box here. Usually some of these Chinese watch companies, they have really weird names, but Baltany is a perfectly fine name. So here we open, you find a little manual here. You actually find a stamped warranty card, pretty nice. A fiber cloth and a strap changing tool, that's a nice little extra gift. And let's have a look at the watch. So this is one of the many watches you can find on their website, and I chose this very vintage inspired California dial small seconds watch. So this watch is on the smaller side. You can find bigger watches, dive watches, sports watches, kind of dress style watches on the website as well. This is on the smaller side. This is only 36.5 millimeters in size. It is 45 millimeters from lock to lock. It is 18 millimeter lock width here, and you do have a thickness of 12.6 millimeters and a crown which is a little bit large for this watch, which I really like, because it really just fits the watch to have a bit of an enlarged crown at 6.3 millimeters. It is a watch that is made in 316L stainless steel. It is with sapphire crystal. The sapphire crystal, they state on their website, has AR treatment. Inside of this watch beats a Chinese movement. This is the Seagull ST1701A automatic movement. This is a fully Chinese movement beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and it has a power reserve of 40 hours. So I said the name of the brand is pretty cool, but the name of this watch is very Chinese and quite weird, because it's called the Bobble and Back California Retro Dive Watch. So actually it's called bubble back watches. I can see this kind of mimics some of the old Rolex bubble back watches, definitely, but it's definitely not a dive watch, although you get 200 meters of water resistance and a screw down crown, which is really cool for a vintage inspired watch. It is not a dive watch, because dive watches, it's not only about water resistance, it is of course about functionality, and you don't have a dive watch style bezel or anything like that. So you see the dial here is a California inspired dial, which means you get the Roman numerals and you get the Arabic numerals. You get very simple sword style hands, and then you get this beautifully textured, as you can see down here above 6 o'clock, sub dial, which is really nicely circular textured with this gilded writing. Really nice little second hand, very simple printing on the dial with just the Baltany name. I really like that they didn't write a lot of stuff on the dial, keeping it very simple. It is this kind of off color, cream color, Swiss luminous material in the hands and the numerals, hour markings. I don't know if it's Swiss Superluminova. This is the blue dial version. You can also get a black dial version. So let me just tell you the price, because for what you get, I think it's absolutely amazing. You pay $185 for this watch from Baltany. So just have that in mind while we go through the accuracy, the lume and all of that. So the finishing of the case is really nice polishing. Polishing on the sides, polishing on the bezel. You see this very beautifully domed sapphire crystal, unsigned crown. And then you see we get brushing on the top, very straight locks here. It comes on this genuine leather, brown leather strap, which I think really fits the watch. The strap is pretty nice quality. So getting back to the lume now on the screen, really nice lume. So this definitely is what you would expect from a sports watch, and this is a dress style vintage inspired watch. It has great lume. They didn't even have to make this great lume on this Baltany watch, but they did, and I really applaud the lume. So also of course an accuracy test. I think this is perfectly fine accuracy for a watch that is priced at $185, and with a Chinese movement. These seagull movements, they don't have to be that bad. They are actually well-made movements. What is always a question mark with these movements is if they will keep up during time, over time, Will they actually still be beating? Will they still be ticking? Will they still be accurate? Or will they break down? That is the biggest question mark I have for this watch and a lot of Chinese watches. How will they actually stand the test of time? So here the Baltany watch is on my 17.5 centimeter wrist circumference. It wears small, of course, because it's only 36.5 millimeters in diameter, which is a perfect size for a vintage inspired watch in my opinion. I'm really happy they didn't make it like 42 millimeters or something crazy like that. I think I can definitely pull it off. I at first felt a little bit uncomfortable wearing this watch because it's much smaller than what I usually wear, but it wears really nicely on my wrist. I'm really enjoying wearing this watch. Feels really good on the wrist, and you see the light play with the polished bezel, the blue dial, everything, it just really looks great in the studio lights. So to conclude this review, it is of course not an original design, and that is one of the big issues for a lot of Chinese watch companies. They kind of mimic Western designs. They should start doing their own designs, but on the other hand, this is a vintage inspired design drawing a lot of different vintage inspirations, so I think they can definitely get away with this design of this Baltany watch. I like the design, I like the California style dial, I like the lume, I like the finishing of the case, I like how it wears. You have screw down crown, you have 200 meters of war resistance, everything is just really nice quality at less than $200, and I think this watch definitely will give the Swiss, the German and the French and the Japanese a run for the money, because this is a testament to what the Chinese can actually achieve when they put their heart and soul into it. They can really make great Chinese watches, 100% Chinese made from Chinese materials. They don't have to mimic anything, they don't have to hide the fact that they're Chinese. They can actually make a really nice quality watch. My biggest gripe besides the design thing is definitely how will this watch keep up over time. That is the biggest question. But when you pay less than $200 for a nice automatic watch like this, it isn't the biggest risk that you take, because maybe it will keep up for 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 years, and that's fine at that price point. So all in all, I'm very impressed. I really like this watch. It's a fun watch, and I can definitely recommend it if you can really look past the not so quite original design, and of course the fact that you don't know how this watch will perform over time. So hope you enjoyed the review of the Baltany Bobble and Bag weird named watch here. It's a quality watch. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and also don't forget, if you're Danish or Scandinavian, to visit my website timeandcrown.dk. Thanks a lot for watching, see you next time, bye.